Hello, my name is Amanda Furtek. I am a leader here at High School Ministry. Um, when I was your age, I was involved in high school ministry. I was always kind of the shy and quiet kid, the type of kid that would never step out of my comfort zone. If it required me to step an inch out of my comfort zone, it wasn't going to happen. I ran into God along the way because in my high school years I was kind of distanced from God, and I had a opportunity to serve at a ministry, and it was a ministry that I haven't heard of before. It's a ministry called Emmaus, and they're located in Chicago on the north side, and it's a ministry that works with men that are involved in homelessness and survival prostitution. So I had this volunteering opportunity, and I was kind of nervous about it. It was something that was definitely out of my comfort zone, and it was definitely an experience. It was interesting to kind of check out the neighborhood and to just see what it's like on the city streets of Chicago, because this ministry works after dark. They work from hours of 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning, literally outside on the streets in Chicago, working and hanging out with these men that are involved in prostitution. So yeah, it was definitely a really interesting experience. And along the way, somebody suggested that I should do an internship there that would be a semester long. And immediately I was kind of like I'll look into it, but kind of really had no intention of doing that because it kind of really scared me to think that I would be involved with something like that, even though it sounded really exciting. But there was something that really tugged at my heart along the way, and I did look into it. And even when I was in the midst of looking into being a part of this ministry, I felt this hesitation of, ooh, this is a little out of my range of comfort here. And I kind of went back to how I was before of, when anything was out of my comfort zone, it just wasn't going to happen. And but then I also felt this tugging at my heart that it's like, no, you need to be here. And along the way, I decided it was just like a decision that I was going to be a part of this ministry. It was something that it was scary. I was nervous about going into it, but along the way, God kind of transformed my heart and kind of gave me the courage. Like I said, I was always a really shy and quiet person, but I feel like in moments that we are challenged, that's when God shows us that we can do anything through Him. And so before I started this internship, I had this moment of excitement of, how God was going to use me and do all these awesome things at this ministry and speak into these men's lives. And during my time there were many men that I connected with there, that I befriended, and that was really kind of the awesome part of this experience, was just coming out with friendships. And there was one guy in particular. He was just a real genuine person, and he was involved in homelessness, and it's a really sad situation because he was just a really awesome guy, had a really great heart, but every night he was bouncing from shelter to shelter, or just sleeping on the streets. And he kind of just stops and says to me like, hey, I just want you to know that I'm just like you. Like I had a family, I had a home, and I was kind of sitting there thinking like, oh, like me, that's kind of a unique situation that you're in right now. And God really spoke to me in that moment. We were just about to leave, and I took the train downtown, and I was gonna walk back out to get on the train to go home. And this neighborhood is kind of a rough neighborhood in Chicago. And before I left the ministry, I was going in to give him a hug, and he was like, what are you doing? This isn't goodbye. Like, I'm walking you to the train. And I was just really baffled that this man that doesn't have a home, he sleeps on the streets, was concerned about my safety and getting me on the train safely. And this is a man that has a past of, drug usage and selling drugs. And so I thought that that was pretty awesome, that this is somebody that I can call my friend, that is a brother in Christ. And it was a life-changing experience. And I think that if I kind of just would have went along with my instinct of, oh no, this is out of my comfort zone, I would have never had this life-changing experience. And even though my internship experience is over now, I still go back there to volunteer, and these are my friends and my brothers for life. And it was a wonderful experience, and I was the one that was blessed from it. So if you're having trouble, kind of finding God's calling in your life, or finding the courage, just know that God doesn't call the equipped, like He equips the called. So if you're having trouble finding the courage to just go along with that, just know that God's going to give you what you need. Even when you look in the Bible of the people that He chose, He always chose the most unlikely people to do things. And even just finding your calling, it's something that you really need to really just talk to God about and pray about it, because God, you'll know when God gives you a calling, like you'll know, when you'll feel it.